Hey everyone, it's Alex from StrengthX here, just to go over the first of many Q&A videos. If you have your own questions or concerns that you'd like covered, I can make a nice video just like this. You know, as long as it's strength training, recovery, or healthy lifestyle related. You can always drop a comment down below or send an email to strengthx1.com and I'll get back to that, make a video on it as soon as I can. So let's get into today's question. It comes from a fan through email. He was basically just wondering how you change your training as you get older. He's in his 20s right now, but he wants to know what he's going to have to do differently as he approaches 50, 60 years old. And he obviously still wants to lift heavy weights and stuff. He wants to know how he can stick around for a long time. That way he can do that when he gets older. So basically, you know, the fundamentals are still going to apply, but you're going to have to be on point with them more than ever. You know, you can no longer cut corners. If you have bad habits, they're going to be amplified since you're older, and your weaknesses are going to get exposed and you won't perform as well as you want to. Worst case scenario, you could get injured. So make sure you listen to your body. You know, nutrition and sleep, they have to be on point. You got to get your 8-9 hours of sleep, or at least try to sleep for that long. Your exercise selection is going to be key. You want to do joint-friendly movements. And your starting point all depends on your background and history. It's important to improve on new things, learn new movements. You know, if you're a veteran, you could always up your GPP game. It's the key to keeping confidence and keep your momentum going, so that way your training doesn't get stale and you look forward to going to the gym and you keep pushing it until, you know, the day you die. And also your hard training frequency, that should probably go down just because your body's not going to recover like it used to. So an example, right now I'm doing 4 days a week. When I'm in my 40s and 50s, I'll probably cut that back to 3 days a week. Just make sure to do some restoration days and GPP days in between, according to your work capacity. Next on the list is balance work. It's really important to counter the balance loss that occurs as you get older. And in order to improve your balance, I recommend things like doing yoga, let's see here, lunges, single leg deadlifts, the hip airplanes. They were really good. Good for the ankles too. I used to roll my ankles all the time, so I started doing hip airplanes. Now I don't really have to do them as much. Maybe I should, just as a preventative measure, but I still don't roll my ankles like I used to. So before I rant on too long, next on the list would be to prioritize your warm-ups and cool-downs. You should already be doing this, but when you're older, it's more so mandatory. You don't want to get injured, and leaving the gym without doing a cool-down, it's not good for your heart and stuff. You know, you're going to be carrying extra cortisol and so on if you do not cool down. Good ways to do this is stretching, deep breathing, walking with focus on deep breathing, and this corpse pose in yoga I just started doing recently. That's my new favorite thing. I'm going to make a video on that soon, actually. Also, make sure that you still max out, you still push it with heavy weights, you know, hit nice training maxes. I wouldn't recommend all-out grinders for elderly people, but you can definitely hit a nice training max. You know, you don't got to be afraid of heavy singles. As long as you're properly programming, using good variations, making sure to rotate them, you're going to be just fine. I've heard of coaches that even have 85-year-old females max out, no problem. So, you know, why can't you? Alright, I saved one of the more important ones for last. You got to make sure that you still do your cardio as well. That you can't afford to slack on this and half-ass it like you did possibly back in the day. You know, you're going to lose endurance as you age, and you want to fight that off as much as possible. Work capacity is everything, so if you lose that, a lot of other aspects like hypertrophy and strength are going to go down too with it. And when you lose that, you know, things are going to go downhill. It's just a rapid deteriorating effect, so you got to keep fighting. Now, if you haven't been doing any cardio lately, you can start with 2 to 3 times a week, doing it for 5 minutes at the bare minimum. I'd say more so 10 minutes. It's more reasonable. You could work that up to 5 to 6 times a week. I always recommend having one day where you can just chill out, just do some walking or something, but nothing crazy. You know, a low to moderate intensity on this cardio. And if you're a real beast and you have good work capacity from your younger years, you can do high intensity interval training. I recommend it on low impact methods like rowers or stair steppers or swimming. And maybe just like 1 to 2 times a week along with your 2 to 3 time a week weight training, and you'll be good to go. Now, I love getting a question like this. It shows that there's more people out there like me that really love training and want to do it until the day they die. So if you want to see some more educational content that I put out regarding longevity, I do have a Instagram post. You just look out for my whiteboard posts in my feed. It'll be the first one. It's Longevity 101, and it'll give you a few tips on why, all the benefits that you can really get from training for strength and how it carries over to a happy long life of feeling good. Alright, well, that's all I have today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more Q&A posts, more training vlogs, little workout short clips that I'm starting to do now. Expect one of those at least once a week, showing my favorite set throughout the week, or just like a cool new exercise I'm doing. Want to share with you guys. I usually post that kind of footage on Instagram, but I am going to make an effort to put more of it on YouTube too, because I do have more of a following on YouTube, surprisingly, so might as well show you guys some love.